Hello, my name is Jackson Yates, and for my speech of demonstration, I will be explaining how a long lining fishing vessel on-sea processor catches freshly caught fish and produces it into packaged frozen fish bodies. So a little bit of why I'm explaining this and why it might be useful to people watching is if you ever are looking for an exciting job or something to go do, you could always use this information to find a cool job in Alaska, like the one I worked for a little while, which is working on a longliner. And yeah, so an on-sea processor combines the fishing and processing onto a single vessel, and that is allows for freshly packaged fish, reducing waste and clean fishing. So a little bit about the process is a longliner drops a long line, usually many miles long, with tens of thousands of hooks on it, out of the stern of the boat, and it rests on the seabed where fish take the bait. And then once all of the gear is hauled, usually takes about 8 hours, depending on the size of the longliner. Then the gear is then hauled back in, and the fish are taken off the hooks and go into the factory process, which starts by there's a guy gaffing the fish off the line, and then sometimes some of them fall off, so there's a guy with a net, and he'll catch the ones that fall, called the dip netter, and they go up a conveyor belt. Cod, halibut, there's a lot of different fish that longliners can fish for, but in my experience it was Pacific cod. And so when the cod first come on the boat and go up the conveyor belt, they are immediately bled and go into a rotating cylinder where they're bled for around an hour, and then they end up at the saw, where the foreman of the factory will cut the head off of the fish, and then fish bodies will be produced to people on a line, who will then gut the fish and send the fish bodies to a scale, which will, by weight, distribute the fish to another line of guys who will put the fish bodies into these trays, depending on the weight of the fish, how many you can, if it's a big fish, you can only put around 4 of them on a single tray, but if smaller ones, you can get up to 12. And then the trays, once full, will be passed down to a frozen, a freezer process where a guy will put the trays with the fish into these freezer slots that will get pressed down and frozen, and then packaged into a paper bag, sort of. And depending on the size of the fish that you're fishing, there's either normal size packages, which weigh 40 to 60 pounds, and then XLs, which are much larger packages, which weigh 80 pounds. And once they're frozen, they are quickly go down a chute into the bottom of the boat in a big it's like a basketball court sized place, where they'll be stacked and until the boat is full. And then this allows for freshly caught, processed fish bodies. And yeah, it's a really popular way of fishing on the Bering Sea, and you can make a lot of money in a short amount of time doing it, but it's hard work. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed me explaining this process, and maybe you got something out of it, maybe an idea for someone you know or yourself to look into. And yeah, thank you.